What's up? It's your girl Twan The Mystik from HouseMystic.com. Hello and welcome to my channel. And if you're new here, what's up? I am Twan The Mystik. And yeah, welcome to my channel. Okay, so today's reading, we are going to be talking all about, what should you focus on? What should you focus on? So yeah, we're going to have 3 piles, which should pop up on the screen. Okay, so for pile number 1, we have clear quartz crystal. Well, the card clear quartz. Okay, and then for pile number 2, we have the unicorn. I had to look over. We have the unicorn. And then for pile number 3, we have the goddess Lakshmi. Okay, so pick the card, the number, the card or the number that you feel the most drawn to, and then go to the timestamps in my description or in my comment section and click on your timestamp, and I will see you there. Hello, hello, hello. Those of you that chose pile number 1 with the clear quartz card. Let's see, can y'all see that? There we go. Okay. And yeah, this is your reading all about what you should focus on. Okay. So if you're new to my channel, or if you're not new to my channel, you may notice it's a different little setup here. Okay. A different little setup. I was trying to show my face a little more because I never do. But yes, let's go ahead and get into your reading about like what should you focus on. All right. So we're going to read about the clear quartz. Okay. The message. And it's going to basically be the overall thing that you need to focus on right now, okay? So for clear quartz, we have, I release negativity. Okay, we're not going to read the whole thing because I don't want to bore y'all. But it says, clear quartz is encouraging you to release any negativity that you may be feeling. There's too much beauty in life to let anything other than positivity fill you up. Take a moment to close your eyes and call attention to everything that has been preventing you from aligning with your highest self. With each breath in, imagine that you're filling a balloon with what no longer serves you. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and exhale out, imagining that the balloon is floating away. Let the weight of what held you down roll off your shoulders. Life is too short and too precious to be held back by anything. And then the journal prompt is, how can I welcome more positivity in my life? Okay. So that just gives me the answer right there. Like, and if you see me looking this way, it's because my computer is this way and I'm trying to see how it looks, everything looks on screen. Okay. So anywho, yes, I feel like what you should focus on right now, or what you're being called to focus on right now, is more positivity, like focusing more on what you do want rather than what you don't want. Okay, because maybe you've been so focused on the lack of something, or I'm even hearing in maybe even relationship for some of you guys, like in your relationship, maybe you feel like, um, dang, they're not doing this, and that, you know what I mean? And just focusing on their flaws. Or even with relationships, as far as like maybe you don't have someone and you're like, I'm just so lonely and where's my person and blah, blah, blah. And I feel like your spirit guides, your spirit team, they're calling you to focus more on the positive. And I'm also hearing possibly focusing on, or not focusing on, but maybe learning more about the law of expectation, the law of assumption, or whatever, which is basically expecting the best, expecting that someone's coming your way, expecting good things from your partner. Well, of course, if it's a toxic relationship, I'm definitely not telling you to stay in that, but like expecting positive things from your partner, or expecting that you will find that person, or expecting that your finances will increase, or expecting that you will get that job that you applied for, that you really, really want to do, or expecting the best instead of preparing for the worst, So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into these cards, these other cards, and see what you're being called to focus on right now. Okay, so we have the creator. I love playing wonder-filled game. Wait, I love playing the wonder-filled game of life creatively. Oh, okay. So we gonna have to. I done dropped the card. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay. So number 17. That light's kind of okay. But okay, so this is going along with literally what I said. Okay. This is going on literally with what I said as far as, focusing more on what you want instead of what you don't want, or what someone is not doing, or something that's not going right, and, things like that. And I feel like you're being called to focus on creating the reality that you really, really want for yourself. Especially if you aren't necessarily happy with your reality. I know this probably sounds like a contradiction because maybe you aren't happy with your reality, but I'm telling you to, get, focus on what you don't, or on what you want instead of what you don't want. It's like, how can you do that if you're not happy with your reality? I get it. I totally get it. But it's almost like me and my friend were actually just talking about something like this. It's almost like sometimes you have to be a little delusional. Sometimes you have to be a little delusional to get what you want. And I don't even like to say delusional. It's like having blind faith. It's like having blind faith. And I feel like you're being called to have more blind faith. Oh, well, that was just loud and random. I'm sorry, but wow, I feel like that was a sign. Maybe this is a wake up call for you, a wake up call to start focusing on more, or focusing more on what you want instead of what you don't want, and like start having blind faith instead of like, and I'm not saying to, just do something just completely crazy where you just know this is just not the right thing for you to do. But let's say you're feeling called to apply for some type of dream job or go for some type of dream job, and instead of like thinking of all the reasons why it wouldn't work out, and like just thinking negatively about it, start focusing more on what if it did work out? What if things were to work out for me? What if I did get this job and things were really great, instead of focusing on the worst. I think, yeah, that's what spirit wants for you. And then we also have the initiator. Wow. Number 13. I overcome resistance and do what must be done now. So I think it's interesting that clear quartz is 15. This is 13. And what is this? 17. Okay, that's really interesting because these are all odd numbers. So it's like it would be 13, 15, then 17. So that's really, really interesting. So for some reason, that is making me feel like another thing you're being called to like focus on or whatever is focusing on your authentic self, your authenticity, okay? Because I feel like it's time to, and it's going along with what I said as far as creating your reality, because I feel like it's time to really start asking yourself, who am I and what do I really, really want? And then go after those things instead of like thinking of all the reasons why it won't work, thinking of like the obstacles, thinking about just the negative about the situation. Okay? I think it's really important for you to tap into who you are. And my ear is ringing. My left ear is ringing. Okay. So yeah, it's time to start thinking about like, who the hell am I? Like, who am I, and what type of life do I want? What type of career do I want? What type of relationship do I want? What type of car do I want? What type of, like, it's time to start asking yourself that and then start going after it and like taking the steps in that direction. Okay? Especially with that being the initiator. So initiator is giving me fire sign energy, especially Aries. But you don't have to be, but I'm picking up Aries, I'm picking up Sag, I'm picking up Leo. I'm picking up the fire signs, okay? So maybe you're one of the fire signs. So let's see. Yo, I like, if you're new to my channel, I want you to know this is a game that I play with myself, okay? Where I like to see, or I like to, intuitively give these messages and just see what cards come out. Of course, I picked them, but I did not look at them. So this is a game I like to play with myself. If you're new here, if you're not new here, you know the vibes. So we have it's time to take action. New moon in Aries, and what sign did I literally just say? Aries. I knew I was picking up Aries. So yeah, like I said, it's time for you to get in touch with your true authentic self and then ask yourself like what do I want? Like what type of life am I trying to create for myself? What do I really want out of life? And then Aries, I feel like Aries is just authentic because Aries is the baby of the zodiac, so it's like, and if you're an Aries placement, you probably have always felt unique, like always felt unique, felt like you stood out. Maybe like how you look makes you stand out, or maybe something about your voice, your face, your style, your interests, your whatever. But I feel like you're someone that has always stood out. If you are an Aries, or I mean, you really could be one of the fire signs. Like I said, you don't have to be any of these signs, matter of fact, but I'm definitely sensing the fire signs, and I feel like, or Aquarius, and there's something about you that has always stood out, and I feel like Spirit is wanting you to focus on embracing that at this time. Like, embrace what makes you unique, especially if you're someone that is, I mean, this goes for anyone, but I'm really sensing for those of you that are like in the online world, or business or something like that, and that's how you're going to, stand out from the competition by being your authentic self, not doing what you feel like everybody else is doing. Okay? So let's see. We have nothing will come of this situation void, of course, moon. Okay, will it focus? So you're not going to focus? There we go. Okay. So nothing will come of this situation. Okay. So yeah, that's just making me think of what I said as far as the authenticity, like asking yourself, what do you really want to do? Who are you really? What do you really want to do? What is your dream life? Like who are you? Who are you? Because I feel like once you do that, you're going to start saying to yourself like, well, if I want this, this, and this, then this, and this is not going to work. You know? So it's going to start making you be like, okay, well, this has to leave my life, and this has to leave my life, and this person has to leave my life, or this situation has to leave my life, or I need to stop doing this, or I need to stop doing this, or I should do more of that, and I should do more of that. Yeah, so I definitely see, yeah, oh, clear quartz. Yes, clear quartz is a crystal that is associated with cleansing and stuff like that. So I definitely feel like, yeah, you're being called to focus on cleansing whatever is just not serving you, getting rid of whatever is no longer serving you. Okay. Maybe you should work with clear quartz crystal right now. Maybe that's something that your spirit guides want you to do. And then another thing I feel like you're being called to do right now is I'm hearing like simplifying your schedule. I mean, you're simplifying your schedule in like working smarter and not harder. Um, what's another thing that's coming to me? Um, there was something else. Now I can't even remember. Oh, yes, decluttering. Decluttering, getting rid of clothes, just whatever that is just taking up space that you are no longer using, that you no longer want, that you just been kind of like letting sit there. Yeah, it's time to cleanse all of that stuff out. Okay. And then let's move on to the tarot cards because I was just doing all the oracle cards. So yeah. Ooh, 9 of Cups. I love this. This is my favorite card, one of my favorite cards out the deck. Okay. So 9 of Cups. Okay. So this is making me think of what I said. It's really important for you to focus on more of what you want rather than what you don't want, because the more you expect good things, the more good things are going to come. Like I see wishes coming true for you over the next, I keep thinking 3 months, over the next 3 months. I feel like you're going to be accomplishing so much. And I feel like right now, because this is a timeless reading. So right now, as you're watching this, I feel like whatever you whatever leaves your life now, whatever you're just like, yeah, nothing is gonna come from this. Like I don't even need these clothes, or I don't need this in my career, or I don't need this, I don't need that. It's like you're making room for what you do want. You're making room for what you do want and what is better suited for you. Yes, look, we have Eight of Wands. It's so crazy because I was giving myself a reading this morning and the Nine of Cups and the Eight of Wands kept coming out. So interesting. This may be my pile, but yeah, Eight of Wands. That is like, I think, yeah, you're making room. You're definitely going to be making room for more things that you want in your life. The more that you focus on what you do want and releasing yourself from or like a job or a career path or maybe even a way of thinking that just no longer serves you, and then you're making way for the new things and the things that are better suited for you. And also it's making me think I don't know I don't know what y'all about to be doing, Power One, because I feel like there's just gonna be, like, I just see a lot of communication coming in, a lot of like opportunities coming in, maybe even a lot of customers coming in, a lot of like eyes on you, a lot of like followers, subscribers, a lot of something. There's just a lot of things like coming towards you. Like you're magnetizing a lot of things right now. Hmm. So yeah, I just wonder what's gonna be happening over. Oh, so if y'all are Aries placements, this would make sense. Or I would even say the cardinal signs. We'll say all the cardinal signs. I mean, you don't have to be a cardinal sign, but I'm definitely sensing, oh, like cardinal energy. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because we have the North Node moving into Aries on back. I was about to say back. I mean, in July. Okay, we'll have the North Node in Aries, and it's gonna be there for a while. So it's like bringing a lot of like things that were destined for you. And then I also feel like maybe things have been like slow, confusing, or just like you just trying to figure stuff out. Maybe you felt unsupported, like, or something like that. But I feel like a lot of the things that you've been praying for, where you're like, oh, I need more support, I need more money, I need more clients, I need a better job, I need a new house, I need a new car, I need something, like, I see a lot of it coming your way. I see a lot of it coming your way. That is funny. I am getting a phone call. So let me actually do that so y'all don't hear it. I'll call them back. But Seven of Pentacles, yeah. See, with seven, okay, can y'all see that? With Seven of Pentacles popping up, it definitely makes me think you've been waiting for on this moment for a long time, and I feel like you're more focused on, or okay, I'm explaining this wrong. So you've been waiting to make something happen, or not make something happen. Well, yeah, I guess to make something happen, or you've been waiting for something to manifest for such a long time. Maybe you've been like, whatever, like, I don't even know if I can do this anymore, or if I should do this, or whatever, whatever. And you've been waiting for a long time, but I feel like there's something that shifts in your perspective that starts drawing in those things that you've been wanting very quickly over the next 3 months. Like, whenever you're watching this, over the next 3 months, watch. Everything you've been trying to make happen is going to come to fruition, okay? And then the Hierophant. Yeah, I definitely see you. Some of you need to look into the law of expectation, the law of attraction, the law of assumption. Look into Neville Goddard. What's her name? Abraham Hicks. Well, those are the main people I be listening to, but whoever y'all want to listen to, But I definitely see Spirit wanting you to focus on having a more spiritual perspective. And what I mean by that is, like, the law of assumption, the law of attraction, like those things that make you realize that you are a vibration, you are at a certain vibration, at a certain frequency. And if you're focused on what you don't want, or focused on the like negative things, or focused on things not working out, that's what you're going to attract. And I see you understanding that concept way more. Sorry if y'all can hear that talking. Okay, so we have compassion. Okay, so it doesn't, there we go. It doesn't really want to focus, but we have compassion. We have new beginnings. Yes, see? I knew it. And then look how it's an art. That is crazy. Okay, Spirit is really talking to me also right now. Like, because I've been dreaming of archways a lot lately. And I'm wondering if some of you guys have been having like repeating dreams with a certain symbol, or maybe a certain person, or like a repeating message or something like that. And then we have peace. Oh, I love that for you. Peace. Okay? So yeah, focus on peace. Focus on knowing that what you want is possible, and be at peace with that. Where it's like nothing can shake your faith, and you just know in your heart that you can do something, or something is coming for you, or that what you're working towards is possible, things like that. Okay, so that is your reading pile number 1. If it resonated with you, let me get a peace sign in the emoji for peace. Okay, let me get a peace sign in the comments. Okay, so yes, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell, so you're updated every single time I drop something new. Let's see, make sure you go to housemystic.com, join my email list, so you're updated every single time I drop a video, if you don't get updated on here, because sometimes they don't tell people. But when I drop a new video, when we are having our new moon and full moon events, when I'm having my webinars, when I drop new paintings, when I drop new clothes, all that good stuff. Okay, housemystic.com. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace. Hello, hello, hello. Those of you that chose pile number 2 with the unicorn card. Focus. Okay. Okay, it doesn't want to focus, but you got the unicorn card, and we are going to be talking about, what are you, or what should you focus on right now? So we're going to read in this book and talk about what the unicorn means. If I can find it. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we're not going to read the whole thing, but it says, magic is real. Unicorn teaches that magic is not limited to extraordinary events. Magic can be found from the moment you wake up to the moment you let your head rest at night. Whether it's the flowers that open in your morning tea, or the way the sun shines just right before it sets, there is always magic to be found. Remain open to the mystical simplicities that are sprinkled throughout your day. Sometimes these little pieces of magic... Okay, hold on. I read that wrong. Sometimes it's these little pieces of magic that can turn the hardest of days around. Journal prompt. What are some of my favorite magical moments? Okay, so this reminds me of something I said in one of my readings. I want to say recently, but I feel like it was like a couple months ago. But I feel like basically what you're being called to focus on is it's a little bit of what I said in pile 1. So if you felt called towards pile 1, definitely go check it out. But magic is real. Okay, magic is real. And I'm wondering if like some of you are being called to focus on a spiritual career. Maybe some of you guys are being prompted to become more focused on a spiritual career, or a spiritual practice. So a spiritual practice, it could be like you simply, kind of like what it said in the card, like simply taking time every day to maybe like, notice the magic in life. Maybe like having a gratitude list, maybe like saying a prayer every morning. Maybe starting off your morning with a I was going to say practical, with a practice, with some type of spiritual practice or something, waking up, meditating, maybe doing some yoga, doing something, but starting off your day with some type of spiritual practice, okay? Because most of us, me included, okay? A lot of times when we wake up, we get right on our phones, and then throughout the day, we're on our phone, we're just on our phone all day long, okay? So yeah, maybe spirit is wanting you to focus, or maybe even focus less on your phone. That's what I'm hearing, like your phone, or maybe, well, maybe not even focus less on your phone, because I mean, we all need our phones, right? But maybe focusing more, or focusing less, like when you wake up, stop getting right on your phone, or maybe like stop waking up and then jumping right into work, and taking more time to connect with spirit every single day, okay? And maybe doing that gratitude list, or because one thing I had said in that reading, that's why I brought it up from a couple months ago, was, waking up in the morning and saying, like, I'm ready to see what big and small miracles can occur in my daily life. And then at night, starts like taking note of what miracles happened during that time, like, or during that day, and it could be little or big. And I noticed the more I started doing that, the more it shifted my reality. And another thing I noticed that really shifted my reality was taking time every morning to say a psalm, taking time to pray. And I actually need to get back on it, because like I started getting back into the habit of just like getting on my phone or just jumping into work every morning. And yeah, I'm gonna stop that. So maybe you need to stop that too. And taking more time to connect with spirit every single morning, okay? So like I told the other pod, if you see me looking this way, that's because I'm looking at my computer, which is this way, okay? So anyway, yeah, let's get into the cards. So first two cards we have here, let's put these right here. I'm sorry if y'all can hear people in the background. My family's here, so they just mad loud. Okay, so we have, ooh, the manifester. I am manifesting what I see in my mind's eye. Okay, so I should have just said this when I first was talking about this, but I kind of just didn't. But another thing I was gonna say is, like, when you take out time every morning to do some sort of spiritual practice, I think visualizing is another one that I think you're being called to do, focusing more on visualizing. And the fact that we have, I am manifesting what I see in my mind's eye, definitely goes along with the message of magic is real. Okay, so yeah, if you felt called towards pile number one, definitely go check it out, because it's like a similar message. Oh wow, we also have the summoner. I ask for what I want because I deserve to get it. Interesting. And something I'm noticing here. Okay, can we focus? Okay, there we go. So I'm noticing each of these cards have four. We have 46 for unicorn, we have 49 for summoner, and then we have 14 for manifester. So four is a number that maybe you're seeing a lot, and I see the time, it's 3:40, another four. Okay, so maybe four is a number that you're seeing a lot, or maybe when you see the number four, maybe that's your spirit team trying to say, like, hey, your manifestation is coming, or like, or maybe you start thinking about something that has something to do with what you're trying to manifest, and then you see the number four, and spirit is trying to say, like, yes, we heard your prayer, or we heard your call, or we heard your affirmations, or we heard your visualization. And I'm looking over here, another 484. Wow. Okay. So yes, look out for the number four. And then number four is also about organization. So getting organized, okay, getting organized, and also getting disciplined. And maybe for some of you guys, something that you're being called to do or to focus on is focusing more on your physical health. Okay, so maybe you are feeling called to do like exercising every morning or something like that, or maybe even like having a more, what's it called, like a, or more consistency with like your skincare routine, your hair care routine, getting your nails done, or like any type of like I was about to say spiritual routine. Well, yeah, that's kind of a spiritual routine, but any type of routine that you just you really, that makes you look and feel good. Okay? So, yes. And then we also have oh, the cards are right here. I'm like, where are the cards at? Okay. So we also have um let's see. Wow, look, we have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Okay, so maybe okay, this reading is timeless, but when I'm dropping this, it's before the eclipse that we will be having in April. So yes, you know what? I'm going to look up what the eclipse dates are for these upcoming eclipses. Okay, I had to look at the dates really quick. Okay. Cuz yeah, I mentioned the Aries one, the new moon eclipse in Aries, which this is new moon eclipse. That's going to be happening April 19th, April 20th, right at 29 degrees, which is a, how do you pronounce it? An an anaretic degree? Okay, let me not even try to do that, but it's a critical degree, okay? When something is at 29 degrees, yes, it's gonna hit heavy. Okay, trust me. At my rising is 29 degrees, and my seventh house is 29 degrees. So trust me when I say it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit the energy of wherever that, like, whatever sign that planet or placement is in at 29 degrees is gonna hit hard. Okay, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Okay, because it just definitely lets me know, expect powerful change. Like, it's going to be a very powerful change, I mean, that happens for you maybe during Aries season, because as I'm making this, it's currently Pisces season, but it is a timeless reading. So if you're watching this, like, what, months from now, years from now, look back at Aries season and see like how much things has like truly changed for you. Okay, so yes, pay attention to what happens for you during Aries season. Where am I? Okay, just put that over there. So we have hold your vision, fixed moon. Okay, so interesting, because I talked about the new moon eclipse, which will be in Aries, and then we're gonna have a full moon eclipse, which will be in Scorpio, a fixed sign. So this eclipse season, I feel like it's gonna hit you heavy. So I'm wondering if you're one of the fixed signs, which is Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius, or I feel like the fixed signs have been getting hit left and right. Okay. So if you have fixed signs in your chart, we gonna get through it. Okay, trust me. If you have a lot of fixed energy, yes. And then we have, yeah, the cardinal, well, not the cardinal, which is a cardinal sign, I mean. So with the new moon eclipse in Aries, that's going to hit the cardinal signs. That is Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. Okay, and it's like, dang, I got both those energies in my chart. But yes, okay, so maybe during those times, I think that's a time for you to focus on like what powerful changes are happening for you at that time. What are you being forced to let go of and move into, you know? So yeah, and then the fact that we have hold your vision is making me think of literally what I said, as far as spirit is wanting you to take every day to visualize the life that you want for yourself, especially if you are not if you feel like you're not living that life yet. Okay, and maybe this is your call to do, like, kind of like romanticize your life. You know what I mean? And I don't mean in a way where you're ignoring your responsibilities or ignoring your problems, but more so like, like for example, when you wake up in the morning, instead of like, oh, I gotta get up and like, start waking up like, you're gonna do your little prayer, you're gonna make your bed beautifully. You're going to sit down. You're going to have a cup of tea. You're going to savor the tea. Stuff like that. Like, start making your life feel more enjoyable by, like, yeah, romanticizing it, even if at the moment it is a little like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Please listen to pile number one, because this is just giving pile number one. Okay, so we also have happiness. See, we have happiness. Y'all see that? Happiness. We have happiness. So I definitely feel like, yes, you're being called to romanticize your life more. Romanticize your life and start like feeling happy, and I'm not saying, because like I don't mean that like toxic happiness of like pretending like nothing is wrong, because yeah, of course you're gonna feel some type of way if certain things aren't going right, but I feel like it's time for you to focus more on your happiness, kind of like what I said with pile one. Okay, so yes, focusing more on your happiness, focusing on what makes you happy, focusing more on like, yeah, just being happy instead of just always complaining or always feeling like, oh, nothing goes right for me. Like, start romanticizing your life and start asking yourself what makes you feel happy and start doing the things that make you happy. And I'm not just talking like, oh, like your job or something like that. I'm talking about like, what is something you loved to do as a kid? Was it, on Saturday mornings, getting up, eating a bowl of cereal and watching your favorite cartoons? Is it like going to the park? Is it going swimming? Like, stuff like that. All of those were clearly random, but like just really tapping into your inner child. That's what I'm hearing for you. Like tapping into your inner child and maybe even healing your inner child. Maybe there's a lot of inner child healing that needs to be done, inner child work. Yes, like inner child work. I feel like I'm getting I'm getting downloads for like a business idea. That's so funny. Maybe that's gonna be you too. Like focusing on, because even how she's looking here, like if you look at her, she's like looking up, and then it's like this energy is just swirling around her, and it's making me think that some of you guys could get a lot of random business ideas, a lot of like random ideas like flowing to you right now, and spirit is saying to write them down and focus on them, because I think they could be the answer to your prayers if you're looking to, increase your finances or to make powerful changes within your career and your income, especially with that full moon eclipse that will be like that I was talking about, that will be in Scorpio, because that's money all day. So all right, so we also have home. We also have home. We also have home. I love that. Okay. I love that. Okay. So focusing more on home. I feel like, yeah, focusing more on your home life. And then it's also making me think of what I said, focusing on healing your inner child, like your upbringing, what happened in your home life during your upbringing. So I'm wondering if like these eclipses are going to be hitting your moon. So maybe you have like a fixed or cardinal moon, like those signs I named: Aries, Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Maybe you have one of those signs as your moon sign, or maybe you have it in your fourth house or something, and those eclipses are going to be like hitting, going to be hitting you hard, okay? But I don't mean that in a bad way when I say hitting hard. I mean like it's going to make you face like some of the things from your childhood that have held you back mentally, possibly, or maybe even like maybe things that your parents have said to you about you, maybe like their relationship or how they treated you or something along those lines. You're being called to focus on it, and I feel like those eclipses are gonna like put emphasis on that. Okay, or maybe even for some of you guys that are parents, maybe it's going to make you focus on your parenting and maybe thinking like, how can you become a better parent or something like that. And maybe one of these eclipses will be hitting your ninth or 10th house. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. We also have talent. Okay. So I do feel like, yeah, some of you guys are being called to make changes with your career and focus on a certain talent of yours. Even if you're not like changing your career completely, I feel like there's some type of talent of yours that spirit wants you to like share more with the world, or it could just be a hobby if that's what you want it to be. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, especially with that Aries eclipse and that Scorpio eclipse, yeah, I would not be surprised if many of you guys are moving into having like some type of side hustle or business, like new form of income where it's asking, we're not asking you, but you're being called to use a certain talent of yours. Maybe some of you guys are going back to school or something like that where you're or learning or mastering a certain skill of yours. Okay, or you're being called to focus in on a certain skill or a certain set of skills. Okay, and then, oh wait, I picked out a little too many cards. Okay, I can't talk today. But yeah, y'all got more cards, more of the tarot cards than the rest of the gang. Okay, so we have the Magician. Okay, so that's interesting because if you look at this card, if it would focus, look, okay, the Magician, and then you see how she's like, she has her wand, but see how, is she holding a wand? She's not holding a wand, but it almost looks like she is the way she's like pointing her finger if it would focus. So yeah, I did say that. Some of y'all are being called to focus on a spiritual career. I said that. Yes, I said that at the beginning. Yeah, and some of you guys have a talent. Some of you guys have a talent for like magic. Have a talent for magic, maybe astrology, maybe Reiki, maybe sound healing, energy healing, crystal healing. I don't know, any type of healing. Like I really feel like some of you guys are being called to focus on a spiritual career. Yeah, maybe you do readings, maybe you do Reiki, maybe you know what I mean? Yeah. And then we have Knight of Swords. So I feel like another thing you're being called to focus on right now is your thoughts. Like I'm wondering if some of you guys have like racing thoughts, like maybe like anxiety, maybe you struggle with anxiety, you struggle with like following through with things sometimes because you're like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna work out. This didn't work out before, so why would it work out now? Like, stuff like that. Maybe you struggle with doubt and anxiety and things like that. And I feel like maybe another thing is spirit is calling you to focus on that, on your anxiety, and figuring out what therapeutic things you could do to help with that anxiety. Because I know I did talk about a spiritual practice. So maybe for some of you guys that's yoga, maybe some of you guys that is getting Reiki from someone else, or sound healing, or maybe listening to readings, or something. But I'm feeling like spirit is wanting you to focus on your anxiety, but in a way where it's like you're healing it, you're acknowledging the anxiety and then seeing what you can do to heal it. Okay? And then we also have the Page of Swords, yet another swords card. So I feel like I said, your thoughts, okay? And it's also making me think of your childhood, focusing on or maybe like focusing more on why you think a certain way, or why you even talk to yourself a certain way. Because maybe you beat yourself up, and maybe this stems from something having to do with your home life from when you were growing up, and it stuck with you and it needs to change. Oh, look, we got the Fool card. We got the Fool card. Like literally, Yeah, I really feel like Spirit wants you to focus on believing on yourself, in yourself more, focus on loving on yourself more, but also focusing on a certain talent of yours. There's a certain talent of yours you're being called to share with the world or to tap into or something like that, and to release all the fears that are telling you no, don't do this. Okay, releasing those fears. I wonder if some of you guys, it has something to do with music, because like she's listening to her music, or it could be like this, the spiritual career like I was talking about, or maybe something having to do with traveling, something having to do with traveling or moving to somewhere new or something like that. Oh, I did all these cards already. And then last card. Yeah, look, Three of Pentacles. It's not focusing. Okay, yeah, Three of Pentacles. Wow. Yes, I definitely feel like there's a talent that you are sitting on. There's a certain talent or like a dream of yours that you're like, I don't know. And Spirit is calling you to bring it out, like to let it shine, to let yourself be seen, let this talent be seen, to tap into this talent, master this talent. Okay? Um, yes, there's, for some of you guys, I feel like it's music, art, fashion. Um, I'm also hearing podcasts. Yeah. But yeah, that was your reading pile number 2. If it resonated with you, let me get a let's see. What should we use? A let me get an eye. Let me get an eye emoji. Let me get an eye emoji in the comments for, holding your vision and visualizing and stuff like that, okay? So yes, make sure you hit that like button. That really helps to grow my channel. That subscribe button and that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop something new. Also, make sure you go to housemystic.com, okay? housemystic.com to join my email list so that you're updated every time I drop a new video or when I drop new products like clothes, ebooks, meditations, arts, because my brand House Mystic, it's all things art, fashion, and magic. Okay, so yes, I carry art, I carry clothing that I've painted on, I carry, it's a vibe. Just go check out housemystic.com. Okay, all things art, fashion, and magic. Okay. And what else do I want to say? I think that's it, y'all. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace. Hey, what's up, those of you that chose pile number 3 with the Lakshmi card, number 7. Okay. So let's get into your reading all about basically what you should focus on right now. Okay, so actually, let's read about Lakshmi. You're not gonna read the whole thing, though. Let me know. Do y'all like me to read these? Let me know in the comments, because I be liking to read it, just so y'all can get the full understanding of the card. But yeah, let me know if y'all like that in the comments. Okay, so Lakshmi, it says abundance can be found everywhere in life. Lakshmi encourages you to look at all of the ways that abundance could come to you. Life's riches come in many forms and don't just include monetary wealth. Abundance can look like living a healthy life, feeling loved and appreciated, and obtaining the goals you set for yourself. No matter where you are in life, Lakshmi calls for you to give thanks for everything that you have. Gratitude helps to create awareness and inspires you to appreciate the present moment. Journal prompt: when was the last time I expressed true gratitude? So it's like all the piles was connected today, because literally I was talking about that in pile 2 with like doing gratitude prayers. I didn't say gratitude prayers. I meant gratitude lists. Okay. And let me also tell y'all, if I'm looking this way, it's because my computer is right here. So, like, to see how it looks on camera, I'm going to glance over. Okay. This is what I be usually doing when y'all usually can't see my face. Okay. Like, trying to see, like, okay, does it look okay? Okay. So, yeah. So, what should you focus on? We have the future. I plan for the future with the respect for the unexpected. So 35. And then the farmer. I enjoy being of service to those who deserve it. That rhymed. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So for you guys, pile number 3, I feel like what you're being called to focus on is being optimistic about your future. Being optimistic about your future because maybe you haven't, because maybe things have been a little shaky. Maybe a lot of unexpected shit has happened, unexpected setbacks, like things just happening out of nowhere. Just happening out of nowhere. But yeah, I feel like what you should focus on is knowing that your future is looking bright. So you might as well just keep going and working on those things that you feel called to do. Okay? And the farmer, and even how it says I enjoy being of service to those who deserve it. That's a bar right there. But no, for real. Um I feel like there's something that you do. There's like a talent of yours that you're being called to use to be of service to others. And it could literally be anything. But I do feel like some of y'all could be in like the wellness field, like wellness, like nutrition or fitness, or maybe even the medical field, or even in like beauty where you maybe make natural products, or maybe you do something with clothes, maybe you do, I don't know, something where it helps other improves either mentally, physically, emotionally, something like that. But yeah, I feel like you're meant to do something like that, and maybe you're being called to focus more on that. Or maybe even if it's not something where you're like, doing this for other people, I feel like getting like paying more attention to your health, your physical health is really important, and that's something that you should focus on right now. Like eating better, drinking more water. Let me go ahead and drink some water as well. Maybe you should take a sip of water as well. But drinking water, taking care of your hair, your skin, your nails, maybe putting more effort into your appearance. And maybe it's not even that you don't do that, or not that you don't do that. Like it maybe it's because what I'm trying to say, maybe you do already put effort into your appearance, but maybe this is a call to, if you're feeling focused on like leveling up maybe with your style. I don't know who needs to hear that. I don't know. But like leveling up with your style. Maybe you're into fashion. Maybe that's why, like maybe there's like a certain few of you that's like super into fashion or something, and maybe like I don't know why I'm seeing someone like posting selfies or outfit of the day or something. Okay. But yes, I definitely feel like you're being called to focus on your health, your appearance, maybe even like your surroundings. Maybe this is like time, maybe it's time to renovate your home or something like that. Okay, let's go ahead and just get into the rest of the cards. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Okay, so yeah, pile number 2. Yeah, I talked about the full moon eclipse that we will be having in Scorpio on, what was it? May 5th. May 5th. Okay. So, yeah, it's time to release negativity. Maybe you're really being called to let go of self-sabotaging behaviors or like habits, anything that just doesn't serve you, people, situations, like just anything that you know is like, okay, I got to make changes with this. It's time to do it, okay? And I feel like with the full moon in Scorpio, you're really going to, it's going to be like amplified. It's going to be amplified. Even with the, probably even the new moon in Aries that I was talking about too, because that's going to be at 29 degrees. So it's like, yeah, you're going to be real. It's going to be in your face, dead in your face. Like, what do you need to change? Or like, or it could be that you, maybe you're already starting to make these changes. And because of these changes, it's like there's a breakthrough that happens maybe around that full moon in Scorpio or that new moon in Aries that we have. Okay, the new moon eclipse in Aries, that's on April 19th, April 20th. And the full moon eclipse in Scorpio, that's on May 5th. Okay? So, yeah. So pay attention to what happens around that time. Like maybe when you see this reading, this is the time to make this change. Or if, because this is a timeless reading, but if you have not, if you're seeing this reading like a while from now, all these dates I'm talking about, pay attention to what happened to you around March, April, and May of 2023. Okay? Because it's like you're leveling up, but it's because you have no choice. Well, I mean, of course, you got to, of course, keep evolving. That's part of being human. But like, it's like, you got to either make something happen, like, because for some of you, I'm feeling like it's a big move that it's time to make. Like, you're like, okay, I have to do this. I have to make this move, like as far as where I live at, or with my career, or with like some type of decision that you have to make. Yeah, it's gonna, something like that is gonna be happening in these next couple months, with March, April, May. Okay? So, wow. Yes. And speaking of May, well, this is new moon in Sag, but we have luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Maybe some of you guys are Sagittarius placements or one of the mutable sign placements, because that's Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, Gemini. Okay? Big changes happening for you, or Scorpio. You don't have to be any of those signs, but yeah, I feel like, because there's a full moon in Sag in May, right? Or is it in May or June? Okay, I have to look at that. But during Gemini season, there will be a full moon in Sagittarius, and yeah, I just feel like, because Gemini season is May and June, so just pay attention to what's happening from March till like May. There's going to be a lot of changes happening, and it's going to be good changes. So the fact that we have the focus on the future definitely makes me think like, yeah, there's a lot going on right now with changes, and maybe you having to put yourself out there, maybe you having to like maybe put in a resume or level up in some type of way, like you're being pushed, not pushed, what's the word I'm looking for, but I guess pushed, encouraged into leveling up, and not keep making the same mistakes. Not, oh, look, we got 444. Look, that's crazy. 444. Like taking responsibility for your actions, and like just making wise decisions. Like I'm seeing you being encouraged to do that. Like just really level up in your life and not repeat the same lessons and, over and over. Okay? Yes, and with these positive changes and you realizing like, okay, yeah, I have to make these changes and like you sticking with them, that's what's going to help you level up in life. Okay? I need to get some water. Maybe y'all need to drink some water too. Okay, so we have, look. Wow, 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 wow. The fact that we have lighten your load. We have lighten your load. And then we have financial health. Okay? Like, that's crazy. Because literally, I feel like lighten your load is releasing negativity. Like, you're releasing beliefs that just no longer serve you, or habits, and maybe even like money habits, like where you're learning to really budget and really like save for the things that you really want, because maybe there's something that you're really trying to save for, actually. Like maybe there's something you're really trying to save for, like a car, a house, maybe some type of big investment you want to make or something like that. And I see you, maybe some of you cutting down on your spending, or like, how like those subscription services, maybe like you're like letting go of some of them, like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay for Netflix this month. Like just cutting down with spending or something like that. But yes, I see you needing to focus on that. um yeah, okay. So we also have manifestation. Wow. So yeah, so literally the pile number 2, yes. Yeah. If you felt called to pile number 2. I feel like all these piles was connected today. So if you feel like watching all the piles, cuz I know I'll be doing that sometimes with my favorite readers, like yes, but yeah, I definitely feel like you are manifesting financial wealth, like financial gain. And wait, and just, yeah, and the fact that also we have health. I didn't even realize because it said financial health, and then we have the farmer, and I was talking about health. So yeah, focusing on your mental, physical, emotional health, but I'm really feeling like a lot of y'all are going to be focusing like on your physical fitness, like how you look, your physical appearance, like you glowing up physically. Like people might even start being like, "You glowing, girl," or "You looking good, boy," or like, yeah. So I see that for you. I see that for you. Okay. Um, let's see. What else do I want to say? I think let's just move on. Um, temperance. Okay. So yeah, and temperance has to do with like moderation. And it's funny because this card is ruled by Sag, and we had the new moon in Sag, right? Yeah, the new moon in Sag card here. So I feel like Gemini season, maybe even Sag season. So like May, June, full moon in Sag, and then November, the end of November to December, mid December, that is Sag season. So maybe pay attention to those things that happen to you around that time. But yeah, temperance also has to do with moderation. So like your health, I see you really focusing on your health, like getting in the gym, taking care of your skin, your hair, your nails, your appearance, maybe getting rid of old clothes, um, maybe changing your style, maybe rebranding your business, maybe just rebranding as a person. Like, you don't even have to be a business where you're just like, you know what, I am showing up in life and I'm just bold. I am just bold, or I am confident, or I am, or maybe even with your career, where you're like, this is how I'm showing up in my career. Like I see you, like something about you changing where it's like, wow, so and so is different now. Like that's what people will be saying about you. Like, wow, they really changed and they like really did their thing. And like, I see that for you. Okay. Yeah, Three of Cups. Yeah, man, these cards are getting so old. I use these cards so freaking much. As you may notice, they are in every reading, okay? So they kind of getting scratched up. I'm gonna have to get a new set. But yes, I definitely see your you celebrating because like don't mind me, I'm putting on some lip gloss, but um I see you celebrating like a victory, a win, like you really doing your thing. Like, I don't know, people celebrating you releasing, like maybe it'll be like, maybe 6 months sober, or, well, yeah, maybe, oh, yes, so 6 months from now, okay, because I'm hearing 6 months sober. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe that's you right now, but maybe this is your call to get sober, and then like 6 months, from then you be saying like 6 months sober. But I don't know why I keep hearing that. But like I see people celebrating you, like celebrating you winning, like you are like dominating something, like, and I see you taking power back in your life. And I know we're talking about what you're focused on or what you should be focused on, but I feel like been focusing you've been focusing, you've been like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Like, I feel like this reading is just confirmation for you, but it's like you've already been focusing. You've already been like, okay, these are the changes I'm going to make, and you've already been making them. It feels like these piles have been a progression or something. So, like I said, if you feel called to all the piles, check all of them out. But look, this is what I'm talking about. Look, we got 10 of Cups. Like, yes, I definitely see you winning. Like, you've already been focusing, you've been doing the work. Yes, you've been doing something. Yes, let's see the last card. Yes. See. I just love when this happens. Look, we have the Chariot. The Chariot. Yes, like I love that. I love that for you. Okay? I love that for you because the Chariot just shows me you've been putting in the work, you've been setting boundaries, you've been like getting organized, you've been really doing what you said you was going to do. And even if it's like even if you haven't done everything yet that you said you're gonna do, like you're making plans. Like I see you making plans. I see you like really thinking about things, writing it down, like taking small action steps every day. You doing something, and I see you. Yeah, you've been focused. This is just a confirmation because it's like I know it's like what you're supposed to be focused on, but you've been focusing. So now that you've been focusing, it's like you just going up. You just going up. you just going up. And I just really see you transforming your physical appearance. I wonder if like something is currently on your rising, like one of these planets. Like I know Saturn has just moved into Pisces. Well, is about to move into Pisces when I'm making this, but by the time y'all watch this, will Saturn already be in Pisces? we'll just say yes, okay? Or maybe it's the next day, the following day, that Saturn will be moving into Pisces. But yes, and maybe it's like maybe you have a Pisces rising, maybe you have like Pisces in your sun, moon, or rising, because we did talk about the mutable signs. So something like I feel like Saturn, something with Saturn, or maybe even Pluto, because Pluto is moving to Aquarius. Um, yeah, Pluto's moving to Aquarius, so like maybe that's on your rising. Maybe you have Pluto in the first house. Like something's going on with your physical appearance. That's like what I'm really seeing. Like maybe you're cutting your hair, maybe you're dyeing your hair, maybe you're like something, maybe you're getting work done. Shit. Maybe you something about your appearance is changing, or maybe you're just really on your health journey where you're like, I'm working out, you know? But anyway, that was your reading pile number one. I mean, what? Number one? I mean, number three. If it resonated with you, let me get a strong arm emoji because you've been working out. Or something, or like you've been putting in that work, like you've been doing something. So, yes, let me get a strong arm emoji in the comments, okay? And make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you're updated every single time I drop something new, okay? And also, yes, make sure you go to my website, housemystic.com, for all things art, fashion, and magic, okay? I have ebooks on there. I have dope clothing on there. I have dope art on there. Go check it out. All right. And let's see. If you feel called to tip your girl, the virtual tip jar is in the description and in the comment section. All right. Join my email list as well when you go to housemystic.com. Okay. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.